The Carl Martin Heavy Drive from Tagboard Effects is a clone of the original unit, which is a relatively high-gain distortion designed to emulate high-gain tube amps, both capable of giving you some crunchy rhythm sounds and bringing your lead sound a bit closer to that coveted dual rectifier goodness. Besides the normal gain and volume, the tone sculpting comes in the form of both the attack and the edge knobs. From what I can tell, these respectively affect the mids and the highs. The gear used for this demo can be found in the description. Here's my clean tone. Now let's check out the range of the gain controls. Now quickly go through different attack settings. And now the same thing for the edge control. I built the circuit with all the values as prescribed. Most of those were pretty common values, so I already had them lying around in the first place. This project, however, was a good reminder to always pay a lot of attention to what you're doing, every single step of the way. When looking at Stripboard layouts, I usually open them up in image editing software and I mirror the bottom side horizontally, so it will visually match the actual physical thing I'm working on. It's not really an essential step, and I'm not sure if it's a common practice at all, but it helps me confirm that I've placed everything correctly, comparing both sides to their digital counterparts. Now usually that helps, But when your brain farts and you flip the top side of the board instead of the bottom, you've got a bit of an issue. Since it was just horizontal flip, with the strips, if you will, all the connections remained and it would still function the same way. I was fine soldering almost all of the components in there, but the main issue arises when you reach the question, how the hell do you horizontally flip a chip? I thought about fixing it with an extra breakaway board, but in the end I just chanced it and I bent over all the IC's legs to the opposite side. I definitely would not recommend doing that as a common practice, and I was certainly a little nervous about it, but in the end she fired up without much hassle. Well, that is after I also fixed some solder bridges. So for me, the build definitely had some issues along the way, and it took some effort to figure out, but those had nothing to do with the layout itself, and I could definitely recommend this build. It's not a lot of parts, and even with the extra time I had to put into it, it was absolutely worth the hassle for some cool tones.